Welcome to the History Hunter and welcome to our small adventures with the World War II time frame. History Hunter here.
Eagle Eyes.
And Eagle Eyes. And what are we on, Eagle Eyes?
Hunt.
We're on the hunt, but we are on which tour?
Touching History Tour.
Touching History Tour, initiated by Eagle Eyes. And at this location, something really cool happened. And on the top, there are some features that we wanted to share with you. So thank you for being here. Let's go out and find the path together right now. Let me put you a little bit into context here. Just spend 30 seconds so you can understand a little bit more. This is a hill where there's a fortress. The Germans came here early in 1940 and they fought for this hill. They took over, and on that hill there are some absolutely spectacular features, some gun positions, some absolutely crazy trenches. And that feature here, well, that is something that we've never seen before, and that's going to blow you away. Also, we have a picture that we brought with us that was taken during the Second World War, and we're going to do a now and then comparison, and you're going to see something absolutely totally amazing. This is on our Touching History Tour, so thank you for helping us out with that. Watch the videos in full. That's the only way the YouTube algorithm helps us out. And if you watch more of our videos, well, guess what? You're helping us out tremendously. All right, let's go back into time and see what this Fortress Hill is all about. The year is 1940. The Germans are advancing all over Europe, and this is one of the places that the Germans said, we're gonna take this hill, but they didn't actually really know what they were up to, but at least they wanted all of the gear that was here. So on this top, there were originally 4 105mm field artillery gun positions, and then later 2 12cm Schneider Cannon guns. There was a rifle gallery for near defense, the searchlight position, barracks, munition storage, mess hall, and tons of barbed wire around here. These are very old posts that are actually posts that shut off this fortress from people from this side. There used to be an iron gate there. It's not there anymore. And rumor has it that these cutouts here are actually battle damages that was inflicted when the Germans came here. Yes, there was a battle between the local army here, and they fought for nothing more than about 2 hours. But the local army here, they fired more than 6,000 rounds of rifle munition and MG munition towards the Germans, and actually the Germans actually lost about 30 guys, and the local army soldiers, there were 2 injuries, and some local people in the valley were kind of hurt by all the fighting going on back and forth here. But you can see we are starting to climb and go up the hillside here, and this is basically the fortress position, and you can see it's way up there in the terrain compared to what else is here. And that is what a fortress very often is. It's on the top of a hill, and you know, that's basically what a fortress does. It has overview, it's on high ground, and it's an advantage place, and then you have control of the terrain underneath. Already in 1902, the local army started to figure out that this was an important place to protect. It was not the Germans that was the enemy during those days, it was something else. Nevertheless, you can see all of these cracked rocks here are actually proof of what they did here. They started to hollow out the mountain, and they really needed a lot of rocks removed, because what they put into the mountain, what was on top of the mountain, well, that is something that is absolutely spectacular to see. So in the beginning, they had 105mm artillery guns here. Later, I think it was around 1908, they put in 2 very sophisticated Schneider Cannon guns, and that is these guns here. And we've been on a hunt for one of these. Eagle Eye has on this journey found a lost gun, and that was exactly one of these. But on this location, they were not lost, but nevertheless, they were here. And I'm curious about to see, are they still here? Nevertheless, these guns had a range of 12,000 meters, and pretty awesome machinery to be all the way back then. You can see all of this. This is cracked rock from blasting, and they, as I said, cracked and blasted quite a lot of rock here. Wow, yeah, Eagle Eye has done some research and he said there is something special in the mountainside there, Daddy. And he was so true. And let me show you. We are following this very, very narrow path here. And you can see how steep it is down there. But let me see, Eagle Eyes, what this structure here is. Because it looks like it could be a early type of rifle position, rifleman position. And they are very, very often built in this time age from the 1900 beginnings, and they're called rifle gallery. And all it is, it's a position where the soldiers would have a place to go to and then install, or let me see if I can get under here, I'll show it to you. Yes, look at that. It's a massive rifle gallery. And it's very simply built, and it's a bit scary because you can see it's just stacked up rocks with some metal beams on top. But I do believe this is the original wood, all the way back from the beginning of the 1900s. So you can see here, this is the function of the rifle gallery. So all of these houses and all of that was not there during those days. It was just hillsides and forest. And you can see they could point the rifle up there and be ready. And you can see there's quite a few of these slots here. But this is just the beginning of the features that are here, because on the top there, I think you will be totally amazed to see what's there. And then you can see this thing here just continues and continues all the way up here. So tons of these slots. And when you come here, you can see we're starting to get further up into the terrain. So this is the opening on this side. And then it just runs all the way up here. And on the top here, it seems like there's actually a passage that's been shut completely. It's been completely casted shut with concrete, and that's because they don't want kids and everything to go in there. And that is actually inside a mountain system of tunnels. There are hundreds of meters of tunnels in here, and we'll go to the top and we'll see if we can get into some of the tunnels or some of the existing features that are up on the top there. All right, I'm gonna go to the top now. I'm going to show you what this place is all about. I think you will enjoy this. Oh, I want to take the opportunity while we take a little rest here. It's very steep actually. I want to say a massive thank you to all of you who watch, subscribe, comment, because you are the guys that send us out. And thank you so much to all of you who are our Patreon team members. And you know, if you want to become a Patreon team member, we have these perks. Did you know that you can become a World War II History Hunter team member, and the artifacts here could be passed on to you in this manner and fashion here by creating beautiful World War II dioramas and displays? You can be the future keeper of something very, very special by the history and the history hunting that we share together. Check out the link in the video description. You can click that and you can become a Patreon team member if you want to. Different kind of perks with for your eyes only videos, travel vlogs, restoration projects, all of that good stuff. And if you want to know more, check out the supporter videos in the beginning of each month. But now let's continue our little adventure. Absolutely. So thank you from the bottom of our hearts to all our Patreon team members, because you keep us out here.
Thank you so much for your incredible support, so we can go out and show you guys everything like this.
Yeah, so we can share all of this with you. So the feature we want to share with you is right here. This is where it starts. That was a machine gun position. Very often hutches. Let me show you that. Machine gun put on a tripod right there. But what is very special here is what they built on the side here. So on the side here, it's the beginning of something out of this world, to be honest. And check the length of that, everybody. And if you think that is something, well, think twice, because you're going to be surprised. This is the longest rifle gallery on any fortress anywhere. And it's one absolutely crazy build. And there are hundreds upon hundreds of openings here of these slits, and every one of these metal holder had a shelf, and on that shelf you could put down your ammunition, and all it was about was to enable all the troops that was here. I think I read somewhere that there were 850 men at the peak here on the fortress here. So that's quite a lot of men. So when you come over here, you can see that this line here is like almost never ending. And I am impressed to see how much work that is involved with this. And if you see here, you can see Eagle Eyes. Check out the other side there. You can see him here. See how far that is. And then we'll just continue this side here, Eagle Eyes, because you're never going to find us. And then you think, well, it's going to end here. No, it doesn't. And then you can see there's something here, a huge metal piece. Look at that. And that. So this is a remarkable construction. Very simple.
How big is it?
See here, turns around. This is like to cover more area around here. See that? So from above, let me show you where we are. That's where we are. Yeah, and then it actually continues. So now we walked over 100 meters inside this rifle gallery, and it just continues. It is one of the most spectacular builds I've ever seen in any fortress. Of course, you have the huge systems inside the mountain, all of that. Here you can see what the rifleman would see. None of these houses or anything of that was there. Maybe a little farm here and there. But then you can understand they really meant business here. And they really said, we need to be prepared. And that is what the Germans didn't know. The Germans did not know that this massive system was here. And you can imagine, as I said, they fired 6,000 rounds from this place within the first 2 hours in that fight. And they tried as good as they could to hold the Germans back. But you know, the massive force of the German army advancing, well, that is not something that you will joke with. I'm just going to take a photo here and we're going to continue this tour. So here, this is a different thing. We're not sure exactly, but this actually looks like someone hit it from the outside. And there are some rumors about a artillery barrage from the Germans hitting this thing, but I'm absolutely not sure whether this is the result of this. As you can see, there's a hole here, and everything has been blasted inwards. So this hole kind of says it all. Maybe this was exactly where one of the German rounds of the artillery hit. And you can see here, when you go to the outside here, you can see the gallery endlessly going that way. And then you can see one of these that goes around like this to cover more area, like 180 degrees. So all this does is that it goes around and it goes around. This, I think, would be a munition storage. And look here, there's a very old type of fixture here, which could be a rangefinder, or maybe it was like a periscope or something. I don't know. But this is all the way on this side here. So very curious about what that is. And again, one of these massive steel plates laying there. Haven't figured out what that is either. They shouldn't have been there. They should have been in a museum. So this is where you came out from when you go around this. We're going to continue, Eagle Eyes. And just as you thought this was finished, it is not. It continues forever. And as I said, for me, This is one of the most spectacular builds I've ever seen anywhere in a fortress. Not because of its high-tech capacity or anything like that, just by pure how much work that was involved to create this. Everything here is kind of slanted outwards. Every pocket opening here is slanted downwards to make the rifle go downward. See on the top there? That is bricks. Bricks put in some kind of, I don't know, steel holders. And just imagine how many thousand bricks that are up there in the roof. That is crazy. And then you start to come here, and there's suddenly a door or a passageway which has been completely blocked. And we do believe that that leads down into the massive system that is in the mountain here that you cannot access, which has been shut for such a long time. And it's not just shut with a plate, but there's actually also concrete behind there. So the youth used to break into this place in the 50s and 60s. So the authorities really had to do something serious. So not only did they put concrete on the back, they knocked through that, but they also put these huge steel doors, which are with through bolts, to get rid of all the crazy kids trying to get in. So, as I said, for me, this is actually one of the most incredible builds I've ever seen in any fortress that we've been to. Before we left, a lot of you was very kind to help us out to make this trip possible. And you did that with some donations to our Super Thanks feature, which is this feature here. Kind of your little chance to help us out with some gas money, and we can go out and do these trips, and we appreciate the kind support. And I said, every time we go out on these trips, I will make some of you historical. What I mean by that? Well, I'll put all your names who dedicated something special through the Super Thanks feature before we left. And I include all your name on this list, and I actually bring it with me. And it's I want to remember the kindness that you give us. And in this way, I could kind of say you are now historical. And I know for sure also that Eagle Eyes, he is so happy that we have the possibility to do these tours. And it's very, very interesting for me as a father to see my son get deeply involved with history and doing research and all of that. So just want to say a massive thank you to each and every one of you. And you are actually now historical.
Thank you so much, guys, for incredible support and help, so we can go out to show you guys everything that we're showing.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you for letting us have this touching history tour. And right now, we're going to show you something really cool.
Yes.
That is a photo that Eagle Eyes found. And this is one of the Canadian guns that was on this location. And you can imagine how cool it would be to see one of these here today. But unfortunately, the Germans came, they took these guns and they relocated them. But at least we can show you the positions where they are today, or where they used to be. And also, we have a very special image that we want to show you. And we can actually show that precisely with a before and after image of some German soldiers standing in front of one specific door here. And that's going to blow you away, because the match of the image of what is there today and what was is absolutely truly stunning. But we're going to take you to where they had two of these guns here now, and at least we can see where they were situated. To help us out to fully kind of get the touch or get in touch with the past, I'll do something. Imagine this image here. Exactly right there. So this Canadian was right here on top of this pedestal, but the Germans said, we don't need it here, so we'll remove it and we'll put it somewhere else. And that's too bad to know that happened. But then again, this gun here, you can actually see at a totally different place. So in a way, that's good enough for me. But that is exactly where that gun rested. So there were two of these guns. Let's go and have a look at the second position where they had that. And then we come to the second position. But we saved the best for the last, and you're going to see that. So if you stick around to the end, don't skip. I think you'll be surprised what is still here. This is the second gun position. And again, it is not here. And again, maybe imagine something like this. Yeah, it's good that we have our imagination. And as I said, on this journey, me and Eagle Eyes, we went to a very special place where Eagle Eyes had a mission. He was looking for a missing gun. Didn't you, Eagle Eyes?
Yes.
Yeah. And when we left for this location here, Eagle Eye did some research and he spotted an image. He spotted an image that I thought was such an incredible coincidence. And now he's going to see if he can stitch time back. See that? That is 3 German soldiers. Looks like an officer and a soldier. And look what they're in front of. They are in front of one of the doors here. And I have to say, what a remarkable image. And you found that while you were researching?
Yes.
Did it take a long time to kind of figure out that that could be here?
Yes.
Yeah, I do agree. It did take a very, very long time. But Eagle Eye has managed to fit this perfectly into the location there. What is the clue here that you said you used?
The door.
The door. And what kind of a feature is the main thing that you look for?
The hole on the left side door.
This here? Okay, let's see if we can find that. When you see these guys standing there, you can go and compare one door after the other.
No.
Definitely not that door.
Disqualified.
Disqualified. And these 3 guys, they took a sightseeing picture to show the fantastic feature that is here. What about this one, Eagle Eyes?
Disqualified.
You know why? You see the rounded corners?
No.
It's not the right one. Then we have only one left. So let's see if we stand right here. That is the door. Take away the graffiti and the artwork, and that is the door. And why? Point at the feature, Eagle Eyes.
The hole.
That hole. And they are standing on some of the rocks that is probably just around here actually even today. They're standing on these rocks. And when they're standing on these rocks, they're covering that one. The officer is covering the other hole. Can you see that? And this mountain side, can you point to the mountain side in the image? Here, that is actually right there. And Eagle Eye said he wanted to do something, and he will do it now. This is Touching History Tour.
Touching history.
Absolutely. Look at that. Eagle Eye holds his hand right next to the officer's hat there. And that is putting the dots together. What about that? If you like us to go to locations like this more, as I said, we have the super thanks feature here. Basically your opportunity to help us out to get some gasoline into the fuel tank, go out and find and share even more history. But what a spectacular place. And I just have to say thank you to Eagle Eyes, because he found this location and he even found that image, and he said, Daddy, there is something here that it kind of comes together. And as you saw the last scene there, that was just totally worth all the hard work to get to that place, walk up that hill and just walk around for hours and try to figure out what is good to record and to share with you. And on this Touching History Tour, I can promise you we are going to share so much more with you. So thank you all for being here, for watching, subscribing, commenting. It's so appreciated. Your kindness is overwhelming, and that is actually what keeps us alive. And as I said, if you watch the videos in full and you watch more of our videos, you're helping us out tremendously. So I don't know what to say. Just love this place. More coming from us. Thumbs up to all of you watching, and we think we're going to meet you out there in a very exciting adventure coming up. So in the meantime, stay safe, keep smiling, and before you know it, we'll meet you out there.